All right, so if you're just tuning in, it's our ladies' night out, and we're discussing single parenting and your struggles and the impact it has both on parents and children. Now, if you are single, as I mentioned before with the break, please let us hear from you because this is why we're talking about this today. We want to hear what you're saying and how we can help you. So remember, you can join this conversation. Tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WaitShow, or you send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081 803 84663. Our phone line is open as well. Is now open. Please, when you're calling, try to keep it within a minute and turn off the volume of your television set. All right. So, we before we went on a break, you were going to talk about the impact it has on parents themselves, on the parents themselves. I would love to also hear Maury's. Let's hear how it also maybe when you were watching your mother, were there nights where she was just crying by herself and all of that? How did it impact her, that separation, becoming a single mother? So maybe let me come to Maury first. Oh, sugar. Maury, hold on. We can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself, whatever it is that's happening. I need to hear this. Okay, so let me come to you, Isi, while Maury is trying to hear.
Okay. So basically, the effect it has on parents themselves is finances. There's a lot of financial struggles that they tend to.
Do you think so? Naomi Campbell, hold on, don't go there.
Majority. Naomi Campbell is just one off.
Yeah.
A number of people. So we have, she's already made. Okay, but there are people who are not made and they find themselves in this situation and they tend to have to face it. Yeah. Financial struggle is real for them. Okay, remember there was a time we had a lady on the show who was a single parent.
Yeah.
And she was saying she needed financial assistance.
Yeah, that was the major challenge.
That was the major challenge for her. So basically, that's number one. Number two, the societal pressure which we tend to put on them was that it's a stigma for you to be a single parent.
I know, leave that. Even when you go to fill forms and all of those things, it's always tough,
Yes. So basically, when we find ourselves in such an environment like that, we tend to take a lot of things for granted with these individuals that are going through all of this, because we do not know the emotional well-being of these individuals, and we think that they're just promiscuous or not well brought up.
And that was
people.
The anger that angered people when Rino Amoke made that
wrong
statement. So I get his moral where he was coming from when he was saying something about the rate at which baby mamas are exploding these days is becoming alarming. But it is so rude and wrong for you to just judge, and say that you can't pity anybody that's a single, mother.
He has one himself.
Like,
so
it's crazy how you say those kind of things, But if Maury, are you back now?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, so go ahead. You were going to say something to us about,
Yeah, you were asking me if I saw how it affected my mom, and I was saying that she was. I don't think that she let me see it if she ever cried. She toughened up, so there was no time for pampering. You get? So if I'm like having, like, maybe if I was sick, for instance, obviously she would get me drugs, but there's no put your head on my lap, let me pet you, use your drug and sleep and wake up, because she had to go work. And that's where I see where Issy was talking about when she said, like, financial struggles. Because if that maybe there was a lot of money on ground, and hey, maybe it should have shown smaller. Because now she's growing, or she has grown, and we have moved past all of those phases, and I see that she's actually vulnerable. She's actually moist. So I'm like, where was all of this, But she can afford to do all of that now because she has peace of mind, and she's no more like struggling as
before.
But I think that she was just like, no time for relaxing.
Just have to keep going.
Next because it was only her, and she had to make ends meet. And yeah, like I said, my dad was involved, but it was far away. It was like in the 90s, before you send money from London to Lagos, before it would get there, before you call London to Lagos, you have to go and stand. It's different from when,
now
he's around, he's together, he's in the next room, So he did his part, but it was different. It was not the same.
I was going to say to you, Maury, because I was talking to EC earlier. I don't know if you heard me. why is there why is there so much burden on single parenting on women? Is it because we are the ones that house these babies in our tummy, or I don't understand why it seems like even I mean finding a quote today for 100 quotes you only find maybe 2 that had. If I don't think I even saw anyone on single fathers. It was more on, so it's single parents, then 98 would be on single moms, you know. So it's out looking like it's a mom thing. Is single parenting a woman's thing? Is it something that, oh, it's a woman, or is it because, okay, we are natural nurturers, so if we have to go our separate ways, I would have to be the one to nurture the children and all of that? Is that why it's so? Or is just something that we've just accepted? I wanted to hear Maureen's perspective.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
I mean, I feel like that's why we have like 200 Mother's Day in a year.
Thank you. Tell them.
but to start with, I think it's because we're natural nurturers. Do you get? If you are having, I feel like God could have just decided that just sleep, and then at 2 a.m. you don't have to go through the stress of pushing the baby there. But He made you go through all those. You can't go through all of that body change, all of that emotional, psychological, physical, to carry a baby and just not be as involved. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I feel like there's the connection that grows during the process of birthing the baby. It's something that is supernatural, and you just feel like, oh, it is your duty, because although you and your husband maybe have directly through you, so you maybe feel like more sense of responsibility in catering for the child. That's what I think. Because I would have conversations with people, and they would be like, if it comes to it and somebody has to stay at home, I say I will stay at home. Like, even if my husband wants to volunteer, I will stay at home. I want to be the one involved, because I feel like I can do it better. I know the child better. Like, from the tummy, I know she's going to kick at 2 o'clock. Do you get? I know when she came, I know what cry was sleep cry. I mean, to everybody, cry was just cry, but I know the sleep cry, I know the poop cry, I know the diaper
Hunger cry.
There's some things that only me know. So I would rather be the one involved, and then staying at home and sacrificing all of that than have my partner do it. And I think it's only because it was like she grew in me. She came from me.
I understand.
It's spiritual, the connection, unexplainable. Yeah.
It's spiritual. All right, so let's quickly, because before we know anything, we're going to run out of time. I want to understand, so how can we help? Right, because I mentioned it before the break that we need to understand that this thing, whether we like it or not, is inevitable. It will happen. People will become single mothers, people will become single fathers and all of that. And, how do we help them? I love what you talked about, societal pressure, because a lot of people are being pressured to, and I don't think it is okay for you to be a single parent, right? It's okay. Whether it is even by divorce or whatever, or you are the one that use your 2 legs to walk away from the marriage that you not do again. It's okay to be a single parent, so we should stop stigmatizing. So how can we help? I would prefer, so for me, if I want to say start point is policies. The way they are giving human rights and all of those things with policies. So if I want to apply for visa for my child, why must I seek father's consent? Why? Why can't I go, so it's not becoming so, and marriages. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the visa one, I think that one was for security reasons. So if you're able to maybe provide proof, because some parents are crazy. You want to carry the child out of the country without the father's consent.
Exactly.
I understand.
To prevent things like that. That's why they ask you, and then you can. There's always room to explain yourself and say maybe, you're divorced, or the father is this, and you have, as far as you have proof. So that visa one, I think, is quite.
I understand you. I mean, it's security, definitely security. But if I tell you that, well, let's even. So I'm also talking about from the point of marriage, where a girl that never saw her father, you tell the person, you have to go and produce a man, that never raised you and all of that. Why do we always have those kind of? So how can we help, to change some of these things, to be able to make it easy for people to just be single and raise their children in peace? Let me start with you.
Make it simple so that they can be single and have
No,
children.
but it's
because the way you just portrayed it now is like, everybody can do it.
Okay, so would you rather have me be in a miserable marriage?
Of course
because
not.
Because I don't want to be a single parent?
Of course not. I'm just saying that we're not encouraging it, but we are looking for solutions to those that have found themselves in that
so let's find the people that have
predicament.
found themselves.
Okay, so basically, I would say that the solution is going to start with the individuals themselves, which has to do with the single parent themselves. They should learn to educate their children, talk about the social ills, the effects of what they are going through. They should be open to them. That means that they're giving them the concept of role modeling. And in that concept, what they're doing is, don't do the same thing I have done. And even if I have found myself in this position, you can find someone who is of a given particular or a given a better spouse than what I have. If it's in a divorce situation, if it's unwanted pregnancy situation, you can look out for individuals that you do not want to find yourself in such a position.
I think any woman that keeps a pregnancy that a man says he doesn't want, she's a very courageous person.
Absolutely, totally.
You know, she's not
Totally.
being a coward
Totally.
and shying away from her responsibility.
Totally.
She's owning up to her mistake. You know, a woman. Of course, I'm talking from experience. You know?
And maturity too.
Yeah.
A lot of maturity.
But let me come to Maury before I make my final point. So how do you think?
Courageous part, a lot of time, the courageous part, a lot of time when a woman decides to keep a baby without the consent of the dad, or if the dad says he doesn't want, a lot of time these women just think that, oh, maybe I'll give birth and I'll do this. They don't know that it takes way more. That is when you would have entered. That's why you see some women regretting. You would have entered this finish before you know that this thing that you set yourself up for, because it's a
real
lifetime job. You don't have breaks anymore. Even your bathroom break is, you can, that you casually go and pee. You can't even go and pee without one small rat following you at your back to the toilet. Things like that. And then there will be a point where you just sit down to yourself and say, who sent me message? So a lot of times it's not even courage, it's that they're not informed. They don't know.
If you count the cost, you will not go through that journey. So you just don't worry. It's better to go ignorantly and try.
Another thing I think we should also do.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think we should also set up agencies, basically, to also encourage women who have found themselves in this position in the society, not a situation whereby we stigmatize them. We have different women organizations or agencies that assist women who have been in some sort of domestic violence situation. So we can also have organizations like this, what's it called, NGOs. We also have things like that. We need NGOs, organizations or government agencies that can assist women that have found themselves in
this
this
comment
kind of
came in. It
situation.
says, hi ladies, this is a very interesting conversation that you're having. Currently, I'm in a battered relationship and I really, really want to leave the marriage. I have 3 children, but I am so afraid that is going to, I do not have any form of support structure. What do I do?
That's where the government agency comes in. It's just as if she just took the words out of my mouth. Well, if we have agencies set up to assist this woman, she would be able to, have a shelter or somewhere to go to.
Did we say Elsie? We have Elsie on the phone. Sorry. Hello, Elsie. Is it Elsie?
Hi, Owa.
Hi.
Okay, so this is one of those nights that I wished in the studio, right?
Oh, Elsie.
But I'll just do a quick contribution for 1 minute.
Okay.
So I think that when it comes to single parenting, it's something that is very inevitable, right? And going on from that as well, I hear Maureen talking about deciding if she wants to keep the child or not and understanding the responsibility that comes with this. But we must not forget that we're living in a country where abortion is not even allowed. Like, they're not giving the option except you according to them, it's a health risk for you or you're going to die, right? So it means that you have to bring the child to this world and you have to take care of the child. Mistakes happen, people do things, and I like the word that EC used when she called it unintended pregnancy. People, things will happen, people will get pregnant. I think the conversation should really be how do we become more encouraging and more helpful to these people? What is going to be the support system? How are you going to encourage them and help them to be better people, not segregating them? I like what you talked about the visa, and I like that Maury also understands like the security case.
Of
Yes,
course.
but there's so many things that women that are single mothers cannot get access to because they are single mothers. They are the ones who stood up to take up responsibility and take care of the child. Why exactly are they the ones being punished? We also have a gender equality when a single father is afforded. You're doing something amazing. So how were you able to cope, nurture a child that you brought into the world? But a woman is just expected to cope and bring the child to this world. You know, so I think the society should begin to embrace these women, understand them. This is not just about single mothers, now both single fathers and single mothers, and give them the support they need. If they find a partner, fine. If they don't find a partner, these children will be fine. I'm a product of single parenting as well. Like, I'll be being the case that, yes, my dad died, but it is just what it is. I understand the struggles. I understand going to school and thinking, oh, I don't have a father. But like Maurice said, you will grow up fast and it will happen. The human being that became a parent as well also have their struggles. The parents are struggling. The child is struggling. The world is not fair. If the world is fair, we will not be having this conversation. So I think this is where I'll just say, well done, guys, and then I'll see you in the studio tomorrow.
By the grace of God. That's amazing. Who knew? We were going to talk about this topic. We didn't know we had a lot of single-raised children. Honestly, I mean, but I think it's a conversation that I would love to bring back again. Yeah. And I would love to hear, because for me, it was important to hear from people that, you know, you've lived through it. Because there's no how my experience and Maureen's experience can be completely, because I still have my parents both together, even up till today. You know, so, I mean, it's something that, you know, it's happening. Death is taking away partners. Divorce is happening is on a rise and all of that. So it's something that I would just wish we can just stop, because I know, like Elsie rightly said, there are so many things outside of visa, outside, you know, there are so many things you cannot do to apply. I know some schools that will say father and mother must be present before they admit the child. Do you understand? What if we're divorced? We can't. So because of that, I have to find a different school. What if this is the school I want my child to go into? So, I mean, there are some things that you just make it easy. It's not like we're encouraging that more people can just go ahead to be single. But you know what? There are women, and this is what I think maybe we should talk about on Thursday, women in marriages that are suffocating them. You know, they are not able to even have that clarity to be able to raise their children in a healthy environment. What do you advise that woman? I mean, like the person that is anonymous. How do we help her out of the situation? How do we support her? Instead of, you know, she needs to leave that place for her sanity. She needs to be alive to be able to take care of the children. So how do we help her? So those are the kind of conversations I think, you know, would make sense, and I wish we were able to bring it. All right. Oh, Sugar, we have some more comments. So let me just quickly send Raphael's own to you, EC, while I take this other person. Please, when you're sending in your message, try as much as possible to send your name. I only know Raphael because he's, you know, constant and all of that. But Raphael, always add your name as well too. So, okay, the man says the issue of single parenting is often given lots of sympathy than usual. No man will accept a lady's parent to be a major player in his relationship by giving their girl wrong advice. Parents should learn to stay out of their daughter's relationship. Men anywhere in the world hate being controlled, whether in the US or not. It's not a black man's thing or Nigerian thing. I don't understand. Is this single parenting we're talking about, or we're talking about controlling men? I don't understand your comments. All right, so you have Raphael's comment.
Mine is from Raphael, and he says the single parenting has great impact on children, both positively and negatively. But the truth is that mothers usually handle situations better than men. That's why mothers are from a different planet and they are unique.
Oh, thank you, Raphael. We feel special. We're from a different planet, you know. Please, that's why we have plenty Mother's Day. Anybody that is talking, talk to the hand. Let me quickly take, Maury, your final comment, then I'll come to you, EC, your final comment.
Yeah.
So how do you want to encourage single parents out there? You know, what do you think we can do to help? In 1 minute?
Well, can you take the question again?
So I said, how do you think we can help, you know, more single parents? How do we encourage them, like in a minute?
Oh, well, I think people should just generally be less judgmental, be more receptive. If you see like a single mom, have you been in a plane, just you, a woman, and your child, and the child starts to make a fuss? The way that people will turn and give you, because with Pfizer, and she was maybe crying at a point. You see that they were, I them back, I will eye you back. So I just feel judgmental, just be a little bit, maybe kinder, and I don't know, just be kinder, yes, in general.
Absolutely. How about you, Issy?
Well, basically, what I would say is this, that the society and our culture has not actually helped single parents in any form or in any way. So I think it is high time we change our mindset. You know, I'm a fan of mindset. Everything to me is about how you change your mindset, you change your culture,
perspective
and
to
your
things.
perspective towards things, especially societal issues that affects people negatively. So it is high time we actually change our mindset and our perspective towards single mothers or single
All right,
fathers.
so for women that are going through hell in their marriages, I would advise that, you know, the best thing for you to do, because you need to be sane to be able to raise sane children. I mean, we can't keep having this ripple effect all the time. And for men, men and women in relationship be a lot more communicating. Then if you have to go your separate ways and divorce or whatever it is, it's fine. But have a very, very cordial relationship so you are able to manage and build a strong child that is emotionally balanced so we can have a better society. All right, so Ways was birth. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Elsie. And the contributors, thank you so much. Ways was birthed from the need to inform, inspire, and influence lives towards action. And this year, we started our CSR focused on curbing unemployment in Nigeria. If you're a company, please partner with us by allocating internship slots. And if you're a job seeker, keep watching Ways and follow us on all our social media handles, as this will be an all-year-round engagement. So tell your friends to keep all eyes on Ways. So in case you missed today's quote, here it is again. Being a single parent is not a life full of struggles, but a journey for the strong. So to all the single parents out there, we love you and we say stay strong and stay healthy for the sake of your emotional well-being. We'll see you live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.